Welcome everyone. Now I'm going to discuss about the switch case statement, which is called also branch statement in C programming. Okay, first of all, we're going to understand why such kind of statements are actually required, what kind of problems in real life, if you want to make it automatic through any programming languages, we can apply for such problems switch case so that system can become an automatic system. And then I'm going to discuss about the whole process of switch case and how we can implement the switch case in C programming. Okay, so let's start. At first, I'm going to discuss with you that in what are the real life scenarios are there where switch case is very much required. Okay, so here you can see I have taken an example of a ATM screen. This is an ATM screen. Okay, so normally on daily basis, we are visiting the ATM machines for many purpose. Here are few options I have provided to you for transferring funds from one account to another account. Similarly, we all can withdraw amount from our account through ATM. So now while withdrawing, we get as of now two options. First case, so they'll give you certain options, 1,000, 2,000 or 5,000, you can withdraw. Or in other case, if you have any other amount that you want to withdraw, you can select withdraw. So if you look at this ATM interface carefully, how many options you are getting? 8 options as here I am displaying 8 options. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. In total, 8 options. So multiple options you have. Then what you did, you insert the ATM card, it's coming this interface in front of you, and then you have selected an option from these multiple options. Choose an option so that the next interface can be loaded in front of you in the ATM machine. So what you are doing here, you are switching between the many options. You are switching from 1 to 2, or you can switch from 2 to 5. You can switch from this option to this option. So this is what is a multi options available with you. It's like a branch. It's like a branch. If I draw a picture, it looks like a branch. See here, you can see it a branch, and now it is coming here. The branches continue. There can be many more. Okay, so internally in the bank server, when programmer use the server-side scripting languages, they use this technique to handle whatever the options that you have given. If you select an option 2, so it will be going for the balance inquiry. If you select an option 7, it will given you an option for cash deposit through ATM machine. Or if you select an option 8, it will give you a pin change for your debit card. So there'll be many such examples, such as when you call some customer service, they're also giving you certain options. Press 1 for this, 2 for this. Okay. Even though when you going to the airport, right now self check-in is going on almost all the airports. So you can also see this kind of interfaces coming in front of you. So what we're going to do, we are going to switching between the many options. So whenever you have this kind of problems and you want to make it automatic, you can use a switch case statement. Switch case supports almost all varieties of programming languages. Okay, so now let's see how switch cases actually works. So here I just draw a flow chart of the switch case. In the previous slide, if you see, there are 8 options available with us. Starting from transferring funds to pin change, 8 options. But here I did not take out all the 8 options. I just took randomly 4 options. You can add many more. You can add many more here as well. So here I given you certain options that select a key from that list. If you press 1 from your keyboard, it will open the transfer fund option. If you select 2, first case option will come in front of you. If you select 3, mini statement will be. If you select 4, cash deposit will be. So if you look at carefully, what we are doing at first? We are selecting an option, correct? From this list of options, we are selecting an option. So if you look at carefully, these options are what? These options we are selecting through certain numbers, correct? 1 for this, 2 for this, 3 for this, some numbers. So whenever we press a key from that ATM machine keypad or from our mobile phone while you're calling a particular service center, this input will come here. Whatever the key that you have pressed, okay, this input will come here. So what we did, we just press a key pressed. So now this whatever the input is given, it is coming here. Now it will be checked that out of these multiple options, which option is actually you have selected. So now suppose I have given an option 2. Okay, I have given an option 2. So now see, it is coming. At first it is transfer fund. So it will be checking that you have given an option 2. Is it the option that you're looking for? No, I'm not looking for transfer fund. So that means further this option will be evaluated by the server, bank server, definitely. And if when it is evaluated, it will check, did you select the transfer fund? So answer is no. So it will proceed further. Yes. So now it will check, did you select first case? First case, yes, you have selected first case. Why? Because that particular operation, first case has been marked as option 2 in this list or item 2 in this list. So this is what, this is a list of options. So now you have selected 2 and it is matched here. So now what will happen? Now this identified that, okay, you have selected the correct option. According to the first case, you have selected this option. So now it will give you the next interface will open in front of you. Cash withdrawal, many things it will ask for, might be for the PIN key. Okay, many things for validating purpose. Once you withdraw the cash, then what will do? Out of the ATM. Correct? You will left the ATM. So that means you are not going to perform any other things, immediately you left. Next, suppose just next day you have visited again the ATM and now you have given an option 3. So see, at a time, out of these multiple options, only one options can be selected. Out of these multiple items, only one items can be selected, not 2, only one. Either transferring fund, either first cash, either mini statement, either cash deposit. So next day you have come to the ATM, same debit machine or any other debit machine. You have selected an option 3. So what it will do? It will be going to be compared with this first item first. Did you select the transfer fund? No. So proceed. Did you select first case? No. Okay. Did you select mini statement? Yes. So statement will be printed and immediately will go outside of the ATM. So this is the way switch case is working. See the branch. According to the ANSYS, you can have such 255 number of branch statement together. 255. Very interesting. Okay. So then now you might thought same thing I can implement using if else ladder also. Same thing I can implement like if else ladder also, such as option equal to 1, do this. Okay. Else if option equal to this, do this. Else if option equal to this, do this. So then why should I prefer switch case? So I'll tell you later with an example when to prefer this if else ladder and when to prefer this switch case statement. Okay, so normally if you remember in the if else lecture, I had mentioned you that if else also called true false statement. True false statement. But switch case is not a true false statement. Switch case means switching between multiple options. So here we are not switching. Here we are comparing and we are expecting outcome as Boolean. Boolean outcome means either true and either false. If this condition matched, it will be true. If not, it will be false. So here conditions will be true, false. But here is no conditions we are doing. We are simply given an option, that options we have selected, and server just check out of this n numbers of list which item you have selected. Okay, so let's proceed with the switch case now. Let's see the syntax of switch case. So here you can see switch is the keyword that we normally used to implement switch case in C programming. Switch is the keyword. And following the switch case, we'll use a pair of parentheses. A pair of parentheses. And inside the parentheses, we are using an expression. So here is the most important point in switch case, that this particular expression type either should be given an outcome as character, either integer, or either enumerated type. So character means this, correct? Integer means any such constants, numbers, and enumerated type also we have seen. Just go through the lecture of enumeration in C programming before the switch case. Enumerations where it provides me a list of values against a name, list of possible values that an identifier can have. So enumerated are called user-defined data type. Okay, I have separate lecture for that. You can see that in the playlist. Okay, so now let's solve this. So what you have selecting in the with respect to ATM machine, suppose you have given an option here 2. So it will be 2 will be coming here. Now we are not using any expression, we are using an constant value 2, correct? So now see, there are multiple cases. First case can be amount withdrawal, second case might be pin change, there will be many cases. Third case might be mini statement, fourth case might be cash deposit. So whatever the options you have selected, the value of that option will be compared against the constant expression written after case, will be compared. Okay, it will look for the equality. It's look for the equality. So constant expression, it means case is the another keyword we need to use with the switch to implement the switch case in C programming. Cases are written inside the switch case, and switch is the keyword that we have started to implement the switch case. Okay, cases are come inside the switch case. Next, so you are given a constant input, definitely, and it should be constant expression or a constant. Cannot use a variable over here. Okay, something like this. It is not allowed. You cannot use this. It is not allowed because it is a variable. There you can see it is a variable. It is not allowed. Okay, you can put any constant expression over here or direct constant value. So now I'm going to put direct constant values over here like that. Continue. So it will be compared against the value of expression. It will be compared with the value of this particular expression. And if it is matched, whatever the statement you're going to write inside a particular case, suppose you selected the mini statement. So definitely it will ask you to enter the PIN code first. Okay, enter the PIN of debit card. And then it will ask you that, do you want to print a statement or just display over the screen? So that's why I told you that it will depend on what options you have selected. There can be many such statements. I have written only one statements. And if you remember, if I go back, once you've done this first thing, immediately I have mentioned that go outside of the ATM. So how to implement this go outside? Do not check for others. Don't check for others. First case, mini statement, case deposit. How to do that? I'm immediately saying once your job is over, go outside. So we can implement it with the help of break statement in C programming. So it will break outside of the switch case. Break outside of the switch case. So that's why we normally write a break statement once the body of the particular case is over. The break should be the last statement written in individual cases. Correct. Next, now let's take an example of a service center. They're given you an option, suppose 1 for language select, 2 for such things, 3 for such things. But instead of these 4 options, you have selected an option, suppose 5. But this option is not present in the list. So then how to take care with this input? You'll given a wrong input. So normally customer support team telling you that you have selected a wrong option. So he's again going to repeat the available options, wrong options. So in switch case, we also need certain technique which can handle an input in the formation of expression which there is no valid case. When there is no valid case. Okay, so now see what is default case is saying here. A switch statement can have an optional default case. Optional default case means this is not always required. It is optional, not always required. Such as for the example of our ATM. Okay, example for ATM. If I go back, there are in front of your screen, there are 8 options only. So why should I from where should I select 9th option? It is not there. Correct. So that's why it is written. It is an optional. Default case is optional. Okay. Next, which must be appear at the end. Sorry, which must be appear at the end of switch. At the end of switch. That means we can say the last one. The default case can be used for performing a task when none of the case is true. Yes, as I told you earlier, in a call center, you've selected an option 4. 4 is not there. He's saying 1 for this, 2 for this, 3 for this. So he'll repeat the menu again. But here repetition is not possible. Switch case is not an iterative statement. It is a branch statement. So repetition is not there. We can implement repetition with the help of loop. Switch case inside loop, separate thing. So because it is the last statement, okay, so there is no break is required. No break is required. Break is only required following cases, between the following cases. After default, there is nothing. So that's why break is not required because already you are in the last part of the switch case. So definitely you'll go outside after that. But if you hear, there are many other statements are left. So if you did not break out, it is also going to be executed. Now, how to write the switch keys? 2 very important points here we should take care. First of all, here you can see, after any particular case expression, we are using a colon. We are using a colon. So it is written, see, each case is followed by the value to be compared to and a colon. So by mistake, when you start writing the code at very early stage of our programming career, sometimes we put this semicolon instead of colon. So it is wrong. Semicolon means end of statement. So case is not a statement. Case is a level. Here you can see break is a statement so that it is an executable statement. So program control will break out from the switch case. Here it is written, this break can also be optional. So I'll show you one example when this break can be optional. As of now, you consider that break is required with respect to our ATM example. Else it will come again, you withdraw the amount, it is given the option again that select this, or I'm selecting the mini statement, everything going to be executed. I do not want to execute everything. Once that particular case is executed, I want to go outside of the switch case. So as of now, consider this break. Later I'll tell you when it is required, when it is not. Okay, so I hope you understand how to write the switch case. So what will be an expression? An expression, you can put anything. You can put this. You can put this. You can simply put this. You can also put this. If you put an expression, it will be evaluated. If you put an identifier, it will be just get its value over here. And that value will be compared with this, with this, with this. If not, no match, then default will execute. That's why it is written default should appear at the end. Okay, so now let's see next. Here I taken a simple example of switch case. So let us understand how it will be working here. If you remember in the previous point, I have told you that this particular expression, either any of these three types, only character, integral means integer, and enumerated type. So let's see an example with the character type as of now. Here, what is the problem? The problem is that the variable grade is considered as the expression of switch case. Here you can see, outside of switch case, I have declared a variable grade, and grade type is character. So I'm satisfying the criteria because this expression type is what? This expression type should be either character, either integer, or either enumerated type. So now see, grade has been declared as character. I'm satisfying that criteria. So what it will be happen? Its name will be replaced by its value during the program execution. So now grade is considered as an expression. So what value it will have? It will have this value. So the value of grade B, which is a type of character, will satisfy the condition. Next, after the evaluation of switch expression, its value B get compared with all the values of case. So all the constants written following the cases. So see the first case, what we have in the first case, case A, it is comparing. What is the value we have from the expression? B. So B is comparing with it. Is it matched? No, not matched. So proceed. Is it matched? Yes, matched. But see, this case has no statement written, neither break we have. So what now compiler will do? No break means continue. So it will also continue with this. So no need to match again because case is already matched. Because of break statement is missing, it will proceed further. So now next, printf well done, it will print this particular line and then break statement. So break, what break will do? It will go outside of the switch case. So that means, see, if the value of grade is B or C, it's going to be shown you well done. If you given a grade C, it is also going to show you well done. If you given an input value of grade as B, it is also going to be shown you the well done. See, in this example, there is no statement written inside the case B, correct? And neither any break statement is written. Yes, there is no break statement, no any other statement in B. So program control will continue the evaluating all the case statements till it encounters a break statement. All the case statement still it encounters the break statement. So it's proceed with the case C. It executed this line and it gets a break statement. It's go outside. So case C also get executed, and due to presence of break statement inside case C, program control will go outside of switch statement. Okay, very interesting. So now let's move further. We can implement this thing in compiler also. So let's implement this so that we can understand the concept. Okay, I'll take a very simple one. Let me just declare a variable first. Character ch equal to, now suppose this is A, and now we are start writing the switch with the switch keyword, and expression is the name of the variable here. Okay, and now case, I'm using a level A, case level B, and case level C. Okay, there should be constants. Okay, now see, I'm using the constants. If you just write A, B, C, it will be considered as an identifier name. If I write only A, then B, then C, it is an identifier name. It is not a constant. Character constant should be presented inside the single quotes. Next, so now let's print this A. We have selected option A, and we can have many such statements inside it. Let's write first case. Okay, so many statements. I have put 2 statements. And now what is important? Break is important. Else what will happen? B and C both going to be also executed. break. The last statement is optional. Okay, so although I'm going to put default printf, just write a one message, no, not matched. So it is an optional. Break is not required. So similarly, I'm going to write statements for B and C. Okay, B and C as well. So it is, let's change the value. This is the second case. Second case, correct. Let's change the value. This is the third case. Okay, so now here you can see we have the break statement after every case. Break, break, break. So what will happen now? I am given the value of CH is A, so only first case get executed. So let's run. Now see, only case A is get executed because of the break statement. If I just leave this break statement, what will happen? Till it encounters a break statement, it is executing all the cases. So case B is also get executed. Okay, so now see, if I change the value from A to C, third case will be matched. Now suppose I given an input which is not from this list, so default will be get executed. Default get executed. Okay, so it is what it is doing, branching between the many cases, switching between the many cases. So now let's go back. So this is the question now. When to select switch case over if else? If you remember, when we talk about the if and else, the first point comes to our mind is that expression, testing expression in if else, something like that. Now, if A greater than B and A less than, sorry, A also greater than C. No, okay. Else if another condition, sorry, B is greater than A and B is greater than C. Okay. Another condition, else if C is greater than A and C is greater than B. So now see what we are checking. We are just comparing the two values. So when you're comparing two values in C programming, what will be the outcome? The outcome will be true or false, because it is a relational operator, correct? And this is logical AND operator. So it will be further evaluated in this side also based on the dependency of this part. So again, it will be either true, either it will be false. So whenever you're using a testing expression with relational operators, we prefer if else. So this is the first point I have highlighted. Check the testing expression. And if then else statement can test expression based on range of values. Yes, there are many values we have or conditions. Whereas switch statement test expression based on only a single integer or single value, single integer. If you remember our previous example, what we have written? We have written switch CH, single value, and case this, single value. So if you have multiple value need to be compared, go with if and else. If you have a single value to compare, go with switch case. I hope the first point is clear, and it is also clear when to use switch case over if else and when to prefer if else ladder over switch case. Second point we already discussed. For selecting one from multiple options, yes, in the ATM, in the customer service, in the that particular option also, that when you're visiting the airport, now self check-in option is there. You want to print out the boarding pass or you want to self check-in, many such options are there. Now another also point is there. If we write certain code, this code should be easy to understand. It will also depend on the context. Where you want to, which kind of logic you want to implement, which type of program you want to solve, which type of problem you want to make it automatic. So switch looks much cleaner when you have to combine cases, Correct. Once not matched, go further. Not matched, go further. But on the other side, if you remember the if-else statement, the most important point in if and else, we cannot write an else statement without if. If we forget the else, then what will happen? The only true case is handled, false case is not handled. So if we look at the complexity of writing of the code, I'm not saying if else is too much complex, but whenever you have only one values, in that case, switch case is far better than if and else. Only one single integer or character or enumerations, correct? We have seen an example of character, definitely we'll see the example of other two as well. Okay, so now I hope this idea is clear. So let's proceed. Now let us see an example. Switch case with enumerations. How enumerations can be useful with the switch case. We'll get a link of the enumeration, how enumerations works in C programming at the description of this particular video. So I suggest you that please visit enumeration first, then come to the switch case. Please watch enumeration first and then switch case. So let us now see how switch case will be used enumeration here. We all know that enumeration is designed on top of integer data type. Okay, integer data type. And enumeration is also called user-defined data type. And what it has a possible list of values. Any particular enumeration can have any values from a given list only. So here you can see, I have created a weekdays as an enumeration, and it has weekdays as 7 days, correct? 7 days as in a week, correct? So if we say what is the day of today, definitely either it will be anything from this possible values only. There should not be any day outside of this list. Okay, so what I did here, initially I have started assign a value 1 to the Monday. So we know that in enumeration, the default value always started from 0. As I told you, it is designed on top of integer. These are what? These are the identifier name, named integer you can say. So in this program with the enumeration, if I say 1, it means Monday. If I say Monday, it means 1. So now Tuesday will get a value 2, it will be 3, it will be 4, it will be 5, it will be 6, it will be 7 days. So initial values are only required. Thereafter, values will be incremented by 1 by the compiler for enumeration. Now here I have declared an enumeration type, days. What is the type of days? Enum weekdays is the type of days. It is an enumeration. So what kind of values days can have? Any of this from this list, any from this list, anything from this list, the days can have. So I have given a value days Tuesday. So what is the value of Tuesday now? Tuesday value will be 2. So I'm putting this enumeration. Okay, I'm putting this enumeration in the switch case expression. So see, this is the expression. If you remember the syntax, switch expression. So in case of expression, what I am using? Enumeration days. So what is the value of days now? Tuesday. Tuesday means what? 2. So what is 2? 2 is an integer. So I'm satisfying the criteria. And days type is what? Days type is an enumeration design on top of integer. So it will be come out with the value 2. So now see, now branching will start it. Now branching is started. 2 equal to 1? No. Okay, move further. 2 equal to this? Yes, 2 equal to this. So it will print me Tuesday, and break means break out from the switch case. So now here you can see in this particular switch case example, I have mixed here integer value directly, constants I am using 1 and 2, and here I am using the enumeration values. So as I told you, in this particular program for enumeration, Monday means 1, Tuesday means 2. So now instead of 3, I am writing Wednesday, Wednesday means 3. Instead of 4, I am writing the Thursday, Thursday is 4. Instead of 5, I am writing Friday. And okay, I have missed the Saturday here. I have just taken the Sunday directly. And there is no default cases required. Why? Because it is not possible that weekdays can have any values other than this list of values. When there is no chance that you can select a wrong option, then why should we give the default? So now Sunday is the last one. So that's why no break is required, because already you are in the last. So some just typing mistake, you just make it this. You can add one more case over here before this. Okay, or you can make it the opposite one here. Let me just correct it for you. Okay, make it Saturday. Very careful while you using the naming integers. If you just misplace one character, wrongly typed, error. And then use a break over here. Okay, and last one you can write case Sunday. Any particular printf statement and print Sunday. Okay, last case break is not required. So see how beautiful we can mix enumeration with the switch case. You can try it with the month, name of month. Okay, so let us see an example of switch case with the integer in the compiler. Then we'll discuss few important points related to the switch case. So we have done with the character here, correct? So now I'm just given an option here. See, integer. I want to design a calculator with the switch case. See, when you select a calculator, just basic mathematics operation, we have an option which operation we want to do with the help of arithmetic operators. So let's implement this. We're going to take two numbers first. Okay. Okay, fine. And now we'll ask that select an option. Correct. So let's see. So for an option, so let us take a variable here, option, and display the menu first. So 1 means addition. Okay. 2 means subtraction. I'm creating a list here, correct? From multiple options, you can select a one. 3 means multiplication. And 4 means division. And now I'm telling you that select an option. So to take input, what we need a function called scanf. I'm taking an input as integer, so I'm using format specifier %d and the address of that variable option where that value going to be saved. So let's run and check how it is look like. Now see, just like in we can see the ATM or whatever. It is asking to select an option, 1 for addition, 2 for subtraction. So now let's implement the switch case. So how to implement now? Switch is the keyword. Switch is the keyword. Pass the expression here. Expression is the single value option. So see, single value, no need if and else here. Start the body of switch case. So what we'll have? We'll have case statement. What are the possible cases are there? 1, 2, 3, 4 possible cases. Integer, directly use the value. So what it will do? It will simply give me the addition. Okay, so let's do this. First is num1, it is going to be print. Second is num2. Third, it will perform the addition. Done. So I do not want anything else, break out. Now we need such 4 cases. 2, 3, 4. Okay, so now change the case expressions to, for 2 I want subtraction. Okay. For 3, what I want, if I select 3, multiplication. So change the operator as well. 4th, I want a division. So when I say division, division can be a fractional value as well. So now what I'm going to do, I just use a %f over here, and this division will be applied and also do the typecasting. Okay, so let's take some number. Let's make it 100, and now it's make it 15. Okay, so definitely there will be fractional value. Now, if you select any other option out of these 4 options, if you select trace 5, 6, 7, whatever, so we need now default printf selected and wrong option. Okay, so it will be go outside immediately. So no need a break statement. We can also place any other statement after switch case, whatever you want. So I'm putting a message simply. So sometimes we get confused that in the lecture I have told you that only switch case. So should I put any statement after switch case? Yes, we can put return is an also statement, correct? So you can put anything, any other logic. If you need to check, you can go with that. It will be only one-time evaluation. It is a branch, it is not iteration, one-time evaluation. Okay, so end of switch case. Okay, so now let's run. So now it is integer type. Select an option, I press 1. I get the output 10 plus 100 plus 15 is 115, end of switch case. See, only one time, so it is not repeating. Run. Okay, so now suppose I want division here, 4. So 100 divided by 15, we get the output. Okay, similarly, see, wow, beautiful way that we can implement in switch case. We have implemented a simple calculator with the switch case. I'll provide the link of this program in that description of the video so that you can also practice. So now let's go back to the switch case discussion. What further things we can need to know in switch case. So now we're going to discuss about few important points you should take care in switch case while you're writing the program in switch case. The first point tells us that the expression used in switch must be integral type. Yes, either integer, character, or enum. We have checked with these 3 types, it is working. So now see, here I have declared in this program x as a float variable, and we are assigning a fractional value 1.1 to the float. So now see the variable that I have used inside the expression of switch, x. But what is the type of x then? Type of x is float, so it is not allowed. Not allowed. Any other type of expression is not allowed. So it is an error. It is an error, not allowed. Compile time error. Typecasting is not allowed here. You might think, okay, x is 1.1, no problem. We can compare with this integer constant. So it will be say yes. It truncated 1 equal to equal. No. Immediately compiler finds that particular expression type is what? Is a float. It's a float point type. Immediately error. So don't do this. Next, all the statements following a matching case executed until a break statement is reached. Yes, we have discussed this point also. So here let us take another example. X has been initialized to 2, and what is the type of x? Integer. So that is fine now. 3 types only: integer, character, and enumeration. Integer. So now let's put its value 2. So now it start branching now. Start branching here first. 2 equal to this? No. Okay, come here. 2 equal to this? Yes. So print this line. We should break out, but there is no break. So it will also go to the third case. It will print this. We must break out. There is no break. So it will also go into the default. It will also print this. And now nothing is left. So it will come outside of the switch case. Okay, so very nice, interesting facts. Do not forget to use break statement in switch case. Next, the default block can be placed anywhere. If you've seen earlier examples, we have put a default at last. And this is the things I have told you that in the discussion here. A switch statement can have an optional default case, and it should be the last, okay, end of the switch case should be the last options available, correct? But here, look at this point I want to highlight. The default block can be placed anywhere, but normally why should I put anywhere? You know, C programming can do anything, simple answer. So we should not do whatever C is doing, but we should follow the rules. Rules tells that put it at the end. In this case, there is no error. It is okay. But the see here, program readability and the meaning of the program is totally different now. Default is executed at last if no case has been matched. So what is the need of it going to put at front? Because compiler first not going to check the default. Compiler first going to check with the all the case level. Here the value is 4. So now it start branching here. Is it 4 equal to 1? No. Move further. 4 equal to 2? No. Then it will look for the default. So if it is always preferred at last, why should I put at front or in between? Better to paste it after all the cases. This code will execute it and it will print this particular line. There is no error, but there is meaningless this doing this. You should keep remember this point. It will help you to answering that MCQ questions in competitive exams. Next point. The integral expression used in levels must be constant expression. You might thought that, as I told you earlier, this case expression is not a constant anymore. See, array is a variable, array is a data type, correct? It is also ARR is a variable, array type variable declared as an integer type. So it is not allowed to use a variables. You might thought, sir, 1 is constant, it will be replaced by 1. No, you're representing a name here. It is not a constant. Right now it is 1, later it can be updated. So variables are not allowed. It should be constant expression. So here also you'll get an error. If you write something like this also, case, suppose num1, okay, case num2, this is variables, not allowed. Even the array items also not allowed, because array items are variables. They are not constant. You are not declared anything as constant here. ARR is a variable. Okay, so let's see one very interesting fact in this compiler. Let me open a new project with relate to the switch case. Can we use a constant variable? Can we use a constant variable? Means constant integer, okay, suppose num equal to 20. If I try to update the num, we'll get an error. Okay, select the language that you want to execute. Error, because num is a property of read-only variable. Num is a read-only variable, not allowed to update. So now let's try with this switch case. This will it be okay? Switch. I'm passing a expression here as 1. Okay. Or suppose now I'm passing 20 here. Now can we do this? Case num is 20, num is declared as constant. So can we do this? So let's just print this value. Break and let's put a default. Not matched. So let's see what will happen. You need a constant. I make the num as constant. Now let's see. See the error. See the error. Very, very interesting error. Note down this error. Case level does not reduce to integer constant. So that's why the const keyword also cannot solve this purpose. When you use a const keyword before a variable declaration, it is considered that num still remains as variable and it is considered as a constant variable. You cannot update the value. Okay, so even though this is not allowed, so very strict. Okay, very strict. So let's continue. So means constant means only constants. Three types: character, integer, and enumeration. Now, fifth point. What is the fifth point? The statement returns above cases are never executed. Okay. So now see, this is the body of the switch case, and these are the case one, case two, and default. And there are some statement is written. It is not belongs to any particular case, neither default. Okay, if you remember the examples that we have discussed as of now, the ATM only executed if you select a particular option from the list. Then what is the meaning placing this statement outside of all cases? So it will be never executed, totally ignored by compiler during the execution. There is no error, simply ignoring. You having a value x equal to 1. So you might thought, okay, x equal to x, it is getting an 1 here, fine. But x equal to x plus 1 has become 2, you might thought, no. Branching is started immediately. It is not fall in any branch. It is not now branch. 1, value is 1. So 1 equal to 1, yes. So it's going to execute this one, break. So it will come outside of switch case. Okay, so I'm highlighting this point so that you can understand the complete overview of switch case. Next point. Two case level cannot have same value. See these case levels. 1 is 2, fine, no problem. It is a constant. We have written 1 plus 1. So 1 plus 1, finally it will be evaluated, na? It is a constant expression, fine. It is a constant expression. What type of expression it is? Integer type. 1 and 1 both are integers. Outcome integer plus with integer. Outcome will be an integer only. So it will be evaluated to 2. So now see, both the case levels are same. It is also 2, it is also 2. It is not allowed. Very strictly follow. C program is very strictly followed the syntax, the rules and regulations. We are given an input 1. Fine. Not meshed, not meshed. No, it is an error, not allowed. Simply it is say error. Compile time error, not allowed. So these examples also given an idea that we can also use an expression in the case level. Let us see. Let us see an expression example in the compiler. Now let's remove these constants from here. Okay, 1. And now I'm writing here the passing the num as an expression. Instead of num, I'm writing 0 plus 1. Okay, and let's add a few more. 1 plus 1. So it will print the second case, breakout. It will print the first case, breakout. Now I'm using the expression as part of the case level. Let us see. Now see, there is no problem. Here pass a value 1, expression get evaluated to 1. Case 0 plus 1 is 1. 1 equal to 1. Yes, so it's print executes the body of the first case. If I change it to 2, no problem. So we can also use an expression as the case level. This was the point I have earlier discussed also. See, if you remember the syntax, see, it is written constant expression. So it is also constant expression. It is also a constant expression. Either you use a constant value or either you use a constant expression. So let's see another point here. Can we do this thing? So now it is a variable, correct? 2 is the variable. Can we write this? Num plus 0. See the error. Case level does not reduce to integer constant, not allowed. Even though you are not allowed to use a variable in an expression. strictly followed the rules. Okay. So I have discussed all the points related to the switch case. Later in this course, you're going to see a couple of examples that I'm going to implement in the switch case. So this is end from my side. If you have any query, comment on this video, I'll answer. One humble request to everyone, those are watching this video, please subscribe this YouTube channel. It will help us a lot. Okay, you can visit our Facebook page also. I'll give you the link of the Facebook page in the description of the video. You can also email us. Okay, we have also designed a Google site where you can read more about the C programming. I'll also give the link on the description. Okay, thank you very much. Have a nice day. Do not forget to subscribe this channel.